Hey everybody, Goosebumps for Dummies here, back at again with another video. This time talking about how I got my shrunken head. So, how did I get my shrunken head? Well, I got it for Christmas one year. Yes, the iconic Shrunky, I just pulled him out. It's a weird era of my channel, but if you don't know, I used to use the character Shrunken Head in some of my older videos, so it's kind of iconic on the channel at this point. And it's about damn time I actually talk about this book. So this is kind of a special book review, because it features one of my weirdly favorite kind of character ideas from Goosebumps. He's more of an idea than an actual character, because he doesn't do much in the book, and minor spoiler, what you do get of his personality, because actually it's some personality, I kind of like it, alright? It's kind of like the concept of Shrunken Head I built upon over the years, but still, an interesting concept. One of my favorite conceptualized characters in Goosebumps. Yeah, also, cover art is awesome. One of my weirdly personal favorites. Yeah. I also collect a lot of merchandise for Shrunken Head, so when I see Shrunky merchandise, I want it. I want that Shrunken Head pillow. Let's move on to the blurb. And now for the blurb. 2 heads are better than one. That is a very predictable tagline, might I just say. What has 2 eyes, a mouth, and wrinkly green skin? Mark's Shrunken Head. It's a present from his Aunt Benna, a gift from the jungle island of Balladora. Mark can't wait to show the kids at school his Shrunken Head. It's so gross, so ugly, so awesome. Yes, indeed, bro. But late one night, the head starts to glow. Because it's no ordinary head. It gives Mark a strange power, a magical power, a dangerous power. Read aware, next book, dummy free. Nobody cares. Anyways, how I got my Shrunken Head, as iconic as it is, it actually holds up. Yeah, How I Got My Shrunken Head is a really darn good book. I surprisingly still think this is a really good one for all these years. And upon rereading it in November, yeah, I found out it's very much holding up. I thought it was a very good story. It's got some very interesting stuff. It's got some nice, scary sequences, and some good twists thrown in there. And also, one of my favorite conceptualized characters in all of Goosebumps, Shrunken Head. It's just a weird character idea, and I really like it. Yeah, anyways, I don't have much else to say. Let's just get to the upsides. And now for my upsides. Starting off with the jungle magic. I love the jungle magic thrown in this book. It's an interesting element, and it has some nice lore attached to Mark and how he has this jungle magic abilities. And yeah, I really liked how they threw this in here. It's a nice different element. We don't see many books where the main characters have superpowers in Goosebumps or any kind of powers in general. And the stuff that he does do with it in the end are pretty cool. Other things include the jungle setting. This is probably one of my biggest upsides because this is so different and involves many cooler scenes that you don't see a lot in Goosebumps, like the tiger segment, and I believe the red ant segment. That stuff is cool. It's nicely thrown in there. And though it ain't the scariest and probably not the best parts of the book, it is still nice to see something unique in Goosebumps for once, because you don't see that often, do you? No, you don't. You don't see tiger attacks in Goosebumps every day. Even though it sounds like you'd see that every day, that's more really something for a GYG. I really like that stuff, like the jungle setting, like the jungle magic. I thought the characters were decent. I like Mark's backstory with his Aunt Benna. Aunt Benna herself is a decent character. And the twist with the villainous characters, there's 3. One's kind of in the middle, I think. It's the Jessica girl, who was friends with Mark in the episode and kind of friends and enemies with him in the book. Well, both are true. She was friends and enemies with him in the episode, but more enemies in the book, more friends in the episode. Anyways, those characters get a unique twist attached to them where they get shrunken, and it's different in the episode, and this is probably something a lot of people confuse, is probably the endings, because the episode ends off with, them being shrunken in a tank. No, the resolution for what happens to these guys after they get shrunken is they just run off. They're probably going to get eaten by something, like maybe a bird or some sort of reptile or something in the forest. Let's just say they're just not going to make it, alright? It's a jungle, and they're really tiny, and they're tiny people. Yeah, Hurley the Hobo wouldn't last long out there, to say the least. The real twist of the book is actually something I really enjoy, and it may or may not involve your boy. Alright, the Shrunken Head twist is really, really cool. I was kind of in the middle on this when I originally first read this, but upon reimagining or thinking about this again, yeah, this ending, I really like it, and I can see why I liked it. It's kind of goofy, it's kind of scary, because, this Shrunken Head's been alive the whole time, who knows what it's seen, first of all, and second of all, that's kind of creepy. You don't know what it's capable of, too. It might have jungle magic attached to it as well, but also it's kind of got an attitude. And it wants to tell the part about the tiger and Mark's adventure. So that actually does play into the end, too. It's weird. A tiger scene played into the end of the book. Really weird. But yeah, I like this ending. It's funny, it's goofy, but also a little frightening. And that's why I like Shrunken Head. You know, you get that random reveal that he's actually sentient. Really cool. I thought the book was just a good story and had a lot of great scenes attached to it, like I mentioned. I like the villains, too. They were decent, and I like human villains for all Goosebumps every now and then. There are other antagonists, like, you know, we have the Red Ants and the Tiger and the Junglist characters and creatures. But, those are the only other non-human antagonists and characters, really, besides Shrunken Head, which isn't an antagonist. He's kind of in the middle anyways, because he's a bitch. But, these antagonists, these people, I really like them. I thought they were really cool and different. Kind of like Ahmed, I believe, in one of the earlier Goosebumps books. If you know which one, you know which one. I'm not going to spoil. But, yeah, that's all I have to say for upsides. Let's move on to downsides. And now for the downsides. What do I not like about this book? Not much. Surprisingly, this book's gonna get a decently high score, and the only thing I found, or only thing and a half I found to be kind of dislikable about this book is the fact that it starts off very fast-paced, and there's a couple of, cliffhangers that lead off into fake-outs. Like, that's about it. It's got the usual Goosebumps shenanigans, but, you know, I don't really talk about the fake-outs, but there's not a lot to hate here, so I kind of have to mention them. The first 30 pages of this book are too fast and aren't just great. Alright, fast-paced, which is a huge issue there. I just felt like they flew by too much, like it's trying to get things going for what's about to come in the book, which is the jungle adventure. I felt like it could have spent a little more time at the home in introducing these other characters. Maybe they could have been coming back in for an extra 10 pages at the end. I don't know. But, yeah, there should have been more going on in the first 30 pages, and a lot less just rushing through stuff, I feel. And, that's about it, really. The story can get a little wild. That's my other thing. It's like, kind of hate it, kind of like it. Of course, the story gets a little crazy, because I don't really think, the resolution for how the villains got turned shrinked or tiny was great. They just run off. I think there could have been something more added to that. But still, it's not terrible. It can be wild, though, like I said. It is a very wild twist and conclusion to their characters. A lot of wild scenes. We also got hostage stuff, which is, like, crazy in Goosebumps. You don't see it a lot, like, ever, so... Yeah, so... It's kind of all over the place and wild, but I still really like this book nonetheless, and those don't really take much off the score. So let's move on to my rating. And now for my rating. 9 out of 10. That is very high. This book was just very, very fun, had a great story, and a lot of stuff to really like about it. Just the first 30 pages were kind of a mixed start-up to the book. That's about it. Those are my thoughts on how I got my Shrunken Head. I don't really have anything else to say. Do you love it? Do you hate it? Tell me what you think below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. And to close up the video, you know, this is a special book review. We gotta specially close this off.
Bye.
Okay, Black Man.